Hi everybody, it's Stacy back with another video. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about mac and cheese? I love mac and cheese, but I know so many people that are intimidated by the process because it's a serious dish and there's a lot of judging going on when the mac and cheese comes in the room. And a lot of people think that you have to do a roux, do 6 different kinds of cheeses, do this, do that, and so the ingredient list can become a little intimidating. So I know a lot of people that tend not to want to make mac and cheese for fear that they can't do it. Well, guess what? I'm here to prove everybody wrong. I have a simple, easy, cost-effective way for you to make a one-pan mac and cheese that is sure to please. You ready? Let's go. Okay, so here are the ingredients that we are going to need for the mac and cheese. 1 16-ounce any brand of Elbow macaroni, 1 package of Sharp Cracker Barrel cheese, 1 16-ounce of mild cheddar cheese, any brand, 1 8-ounce package of mild cheddar cheese, any brand, 2 eggs, 2 cans of carnation milk, adobo, garlic powder, some black pepper, some Sazon, and you can use a baking dish, but I'm using an aluminum pan today because I don't feel like washing dishes. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cook the Elbow noodles. Now, if you're not familiar with making Elbow macaroni, just read the directions on the side or the back of the packaging and it'll let you know how long you should cook it. And basically, it should be cooked to al dente. Al dente basically means just done because you have to put it in the oven as well. So you don't want to overcook it because it'll come out mushy. So read the packaging and okay, so my noodles are cooked to al dente and now the next step would be to drain the noodles. Okay, now that the noodles are done, we're just going to drain the noodles. So I'm pouring the noodles in a strainer and I'm going to drain them. And then the next thing that I'm going to do, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the cold water and I'm going to give it a quick rinse to get a little of that extra starch out. Just a quick rinse. And now for the fun part, the assembly of the mac and cheese. Now remember what I said, we're going to do this in one pan. You don't need a roux, you don't need all that heavy whipping cream, you don't need any of that stuff. Watch how delicious this comes out. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 cans of carnation milk. Now keep in mind, you can buy the milk in any brand. It doesn't have to be Carnation, but this happened to be on sale, so this is what I got. So 2 cans of carnation milk. And this is in lieu of the heavy whipping cream. Roux are so time consuming and they're so intimidating because you gotta mix it on the stove, you gotta make sure you don't burn the cheese, and on and on and on and on. It's enough to make a beginner just so intimidated that they don't want to try. So I'm so happy to bring this recipe to you just to show you how easy this mac and cheese can be. And you don't only want easy, you want it to taste good too. And I guarantee this will be packed with flavor. So now the second thing that you want to do is break 2 eggs and stir them inside of the mac and cheese. Yes, I know eggs are expensive, but these eggs help to bind the mac and cheese together. So 2 large eggs. 1, like that. 2. And you stir that in. stir everything in and make it nice and even. Between the milk and the eggs. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put some seasoning in the mac and cheese. So the first thing we're going to do is go in with some adobo. So I have a half a tablespoon. So that's how I'm going to start, with a half of a tablespoon. And then if I want more, then I'll put more. So this is a half a tablespoon. Just sprinkle it in. Then the next thing is the garlic. I'm going to go in with a half a tablespoon of garlic. And I really like garlic, so we'll probably do another half a tablespoon of garlic. After I mix it up. I'll see. And then we're going to use half a tablespoon of black pepper. Now, remember, this is your meal, your choice. If there are another set of ingredients that you'd like to use to season your mac and cheese, feel free to do so. But whatever seasonings you use, make sure you season it, because that'll set your mac and cheese apart from the people that do mac and cheese and use all these cheeses and then they turn around and don't season it. And it doesn't taste like anything but a whole bunch of noodles and cheese. This recipe is guaranteed to give you phenomenal flavor. Okay. And now for my staple, what I love, my Sazón Goya accent. You don't have to use it if you don't want to, but I love it and I'm going to use it. Just one packet. Give that a good stir. And again, if there's anything about this recipe that you don't like, I know some people that don't use eggs in theirs. Don't use the eggs. I like to use the eggs because I find that it binds the mac and cheese a lot better. But if you don't want to use the eggs, don't use the eggs. If you don't want to use the seasonings that I'm using, use your own set of seasonings. But make sure you season it, because that's going to be really important. Okay, so now that I have that all mixed up, let's get with the cheeses. Now, again, am I using 6 different types of cheeses? Absolutely not. I'm using cheddar cheese, and I'm using a variation of mild and sharp. So now, here's the 16-ounce bag of mild cheddar, and I'm going to empty the entire bag into the noodles and stir. And make sure that we get it in. Stir it until it's all in. Okay, so the first bag of shredded cheese is in, and now what we're going to do is we're going to mix in the Cracker Barrel cheese that got shredded. My husband shredded it, so I'm giving him credit. James shredded the cheese. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
So now it's the Cracker Barrel, and we're going to put it in, and we're going to mix it up and we're going to evenly distribute it. Okay, we're just about done, halfway done with assembling this mac and cheese. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 8-ounce bag of shredded cheese, and I'm only going to mix in half. We're saving the other half for the top. So just pour out half into your mixture and mix it in well. Okay, so we have all the cheeses mixed in, the milk is in, the eggs are in, and it should basically look something like this. Now, remember the reserve cheese that I told you to reserve? Now we're going to take this cheese and we're going to pour it on top of our mac and cheese. So just sprinkle it out on the top, nice and even, until you're done with the bag. Now, as you can see, this was pretty simple. You think you can do it? I think you can. I would love to hear in the comments who tried this recipe and how you think it came out. You will be pleasantly surprised. Your family will be pleasantly surprised. And you'll never want to do it another way again. This is nice and easy. It's simple. If anything's moving too fast, you can stop, rewind, press play again. One pot. The only pan that you used was the pan to boil the macaroni. Other than that, this is all we're doing. We're assembling it. I know you can do this. So now, we're at the end, and this is what I like to do. I like to take black pepper, and I have a half a tablespoon here, and I just like to sprinkle it over the top of the mixture. It gives it a really nice taste, and when it browns, it's nice and brown with this black pepper on top of it. So this is what I do, but again, your meal, your choice. If you don't want the extra black pepper on top, you can simply leave it out. And so now what you need to do is cover this, put it in the oven at 350 for about 40 minutes. So we'll be back. Okay, we're at about the 40-minute mark, and this is where we're at. It's basically done. So all we're gonna do now is turn the oven off, turn the broiler on, and leave it under the broiler for about 3 to 5 minutes so it can get nice and brown. Okay everybody, we're back, and here's the end result. Mac and cheese. So now, the proof is in the pudding, so let's taste the pudding. Delicious mac and cheese for you and your family to enjoy. No roux, one pan, not a whole lot of complicated instructions, and the end result is something that your family is sure to love. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share, comment, and hit the bell so that you know when I come back with more videos, more content. My goal and my aim is to simply do this. Empower those of you that are beginners with some wonderful recipes that you can impress your family with. And I hope that I'm hitting the mark. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.